What's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday. The market is down today. Right now we are gapping straight into support at 282. So I'm not exactly sure what we're going to see. Kind of hoping we see a bounce here, but at the same time I have 8 stocks that have gapped down. And it looks like the Chinese internet companies are finally moving down after having a huge run-up. I know IQ here. IQ after, back early in the summer and whenever else it was, we're just finally kind of starting to sell off here. JD's selling off, breaking under a huge support here. So I mean, I'm almost positive as to why this is happening, but same with Huya here, but Huya kind of follows IQ. It's weird because most of these stocks have good news. Baba came out with a new product. It looks like IQ was the only one with bad news. I think there was some company or something, some fund that got rid of their shares, their stakes into IQ. I mean, I guess that makes that much of a difference, but I mean, that's only 1.25 million compared to the, I don't know, 10 million shares that you get traded in some cases. So I mean, it's a small little dent really, but I don't think anything should be as extreme as it is. But either way, today's definitely going to be a red day. So I'm definitely looking to short some stuff at the open here. Macy's looks pretty good here at 39, but it's got support right at 38.80, which is the pre-market low. And then after that, 38.55. So Baba and Macy's are the ones that are just kind of iffy just because they are really close to some support. We are open. Big buyer here at 39. Spread's huge on Macy's. I've never seen that. Did we... Oh, I guess we got underneath him. I didn't even see that. That happened so fast. Alright, IQ's dropping a rock. We should be short to follow here. Circuit breaker. Baba's just not enough. He's got no volume. Kaz not doing anything. JD dropping. IQ dropping. I think I'll go for Huya here. I'm gonna have to time it though. 600 shares. 600 is a bit much whenever the spread's 22. Look at that volume. I can't trade this unless volume comes into this. I'm not gonna do anything. Let's see. Risk could be about 20 cents. Oh, there was no way I was catching that. Go back to Macy's here. Oh, Macy's is still sitting here. I mean, volume's got to come in at some point. That's just what happens. So probably risk about 35 cents ish. So I'm gonna go 12.50. I'm in. How did I get in? What is going on here? The bid is stuck at 39. I'm not really sure what the deal with that is. Unless we start dropping here, because we need to start dropping here. And we ain't dropping. So any spikes back up here, I gotta get out. Anything in the 90s, I'm out. Oh man, it's taking forever. There's no volume here. I don't know. Oh, come on, man. What's going on? Get me out. What in the world? I don't know what is going on with that. That was bizarre. Did I must have clicked this. No, I did not click this. I don't know what just happened. Got me pretty nervous there for a second. I don't understand. I'll have to go back and watch the tape. First of all, I can't believe volume's not coming into this. After we broke underneath that, usually you see these giant spikes in volume, but I guess nobody is looking at Macy's right now. Alright, it looks like JD is going to have something here. Maybe an opening range play. Next support isn't until 31. Spike's kind of sitting flat. This will be the 5th candle here, so spread's pretty tight. Gotta like that. Ooh, something I just noticed on JD might not be the best short here. Bob is interesting. I don't think it's interesting enough. Oh, there's Macy's volume. Oh, look at that. And there goes Macy's. I don't know. That was something that I don't know. That kind of freaked me out. I don't think I should have held through that. Even if I did hold through it, I'm almost positive I would have gotten out on this pullback up here. JD not doing anything. Baba squeezing up. IQ squeezing up. Well, everything's squeezing up here. I need to check something. I don't want to do that yet. That might have been what the case was. I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to find out next time I use this. Jeez. Nope, nothing here. EGN has more volume than I thought it would. But it's definitely not acting in the way that I want it to act. CZRO. Oh, some crazy wicks. Looks like PEQ's an all-time high here. That didn't have it on my watch list because the pre-market looked like this, but it looks like volume's coming in here, and I saw a big thing there at 34, so maybe we can get something going. Nothing else looks good at the moment anyway. Things are just kind of running all over the place. Bob was moving straight up. I am happy to see SPY bouncing off of 282. I want to see some more all-time highs. There's 34. So I'm gonna take him out because there's the buy-in. There it goes. Wow, that took off. Maybe I could have played around that. Just the seeing the tape speed up like it was. I don't know if I would have gotten filled though. Not with a 3-cent spread. He's still moving, but 37.85 is another support. I think going back to these two here, just kind of bouncing right off of it. Again, it's kind of not favorable to be shorting straight into that. So a new strategy that I'm going to try is a 5-minute 90 EMA pullback. So I watched this how to master trading video but from Kanal with Bulls on Wall Street, and he just gave one of his strategies out, I guess. And you know, it sounded pretty good, it looked pretty good, it just kind of fit with everything that I'm already doing. You know, you're looking for these gappers that pull back to the 90 EMA on the 5-minute chart, and what you want to see is you want to see a little consolidation candle. So I'm paying attention to IQ here for some kind of consolidation up here to take it back short. See what happens, but that giant wick there, I need to see it move up a little bit more here. Yeah, all these down gappers are pretty much doing that right now. So if these things keep trending up for a while here, might get to see a trade on one of those, test it out. Definitely won't go huge size, but I'll go pretty decent. So if anything comes back, I'll turn it back on. So the SPY broke underneath 282 pretty hard here with significant volume. It doesn't look really good right now, but PETQ looks pretty good for a long. But I think this is kind of a situation where I should avoid a long because of the SPY, because we just broke underneath some pretty significant support that we've had for a while now, and things are looking pretty bearish at the moment. So I don't think I want to be long in anything. Kind of already see how volume's dropping off on PETQ here. It's not looking that great. So I was looking at CRZO here, but it's kind of the same situation. Just the volume's dying off. It's not anywhere near pre-market lows. So I mean, it just doesn't look that special, I guess. But I'm trying to take a look at everything else here. Macy's slowly grinding down here. Bob is just getting underneath VWAP. Same with IQ and Huya. I mean, it could be an alright spot for a short, but I want to see something. I mean, it just got underneath VWAP, so it's not time to be shorting anything yet. STZ hasn't pulled back at all. Casa is kind of... I don't really know what Casa's doing. Alright, look at STZ. JD's kind of consolidating. There might be something here, actually. This could be something. Setting up for a pretty decently tight risk reward here. A stop definitely over VWAP. I could probably put in a limit at maybe 95 even. I'll go for that. See what we can get, and then stop will be 32.0 something. Go 3. Because 31 isn't until where the next support's at. This could be a pretty good short to take underneath the breakdown here too, but I don't want to. It's just, I want to get a good entry. I want to get a, yeah. SPY broke down same time JD broke down. I'll move my order up. I don't have a problem with that. Really interesting. A lot of these big name stocks right now are making pretty much the exact same pattern. They all just got underneath VWAP. They're all starting to consolidate underneath it. JD might take a little bit here. I'll take it off for now. IQ's kind of doing the same thing here. Multiple attempts to get above this 40 level. Kept failing at VWAP here. Don't go yet. Too much. See what it does if it retests again. So 43 would be my stop. Trying to get 500. See what happens here at that 40. If this 40 holds, I definitely want to be shorting this. It looks like it might. Come on. So IQ's a no. Who is a maybe. CRZO is breaking down here. Took a little bit. Might have been an alright trade. Pet Q. It's slowly moving up. Something's going on with this 14 here. $500 shares is definitely big enough. 500 shares might be too big. I think that's just chopping all around again. Got underneath VWAP, but now we're getting all above them. SPY's making an attempt for another push for low day. I want to see tape here at 14. SPY's at low day. If it breaks underneath, might start seeing something. And we broke it. SPY's heading lower. I don't know, everything's weird right now. I mean, Macy's hasn't really pulled back. The rest of everything else is just kind of whipping around VWAP. Nothing looks super clear. Nope. Nothing at 14, just broke right through it. Again, I don't really see a trade on this one to get short either, because I got 205.35 as support, which is probably why it stalled there for a little bit. And then it never really double topped or anything, it just kind of puttered around. Macy's is doing something here. But again, we're right next to these, but we're kind of underneath them now. And we got a low of 63, so Macy's definitely could move lower here. Kind of got an opportunity. Risk is 86. There it goes anyway. Probably go for 1,000 shares on this. If I can get filled at 80. Only 70 cents, or $70. But I mean, now at this point, I would already want to be in. I wouldn't want to see it come back for a third time here. Because it failed to make a new low day here, and if it fails to make a new low day here, then it's not that great of a pattern. Market is still moving lower. STZ something at 204. Come on, dude. It's not breaking anyway. Alright, Macy's did make a new low day. I'm just not in the trade. I don't know. That's something I should have done. JD pulled back anyway, so there's nothing. Alright, so we got Macy's. Baba, not really doing anything. I don't really see a play here. Might be something. I mean, I could definitely play a symmetrical triangle breakdown here. I would definitely want to get in around here. Low is 50, so 49 is it. What was my risk? My risk is about 60 cents. Gonna go anyway. I might try and get something on a pullback. IQ is consolidating under VWAP again. Kind of just slowly grinding though. We'll see if it comes back to retest VWAP. It's not a super good breakdown yet either. Volume's nothing special. It's just gonna grind anyway. IQ, it's not really setting up. It needs to pull back a little bit so I can have a spot to place my risk, because this isn't really a good spot. I mean, it's just the most recent high. Like, if it gets back up here and touches it again, then maybe something. Could also play buyer seller here, because that 25 was pretty big. SPY's still dropping down here. We're down at 281. It's getting ugly. Baba and IQ are kind of doing the same thing here. Baba's stuck at 167. IQ stuck at 25. So I'm watching tape at 25. If it starts speeding up real fast at 25, then I'll hop in for a quick scalp. Unless level 2 is not showing me everything. And there it goes anyway. couldn't really. There didn't seem to be anything special there at 25 after that point anyway. Anybody that was big there got out of the way. Not 1,000, but I think I can go 500. Stop loss at 65. If we can get up there. I'll short 500. Oh, I got filled nice. See what it does down at that whole number, because if it breaks underneath that 167, then I want to maybe add. But we're bouncing around pretty fast and hard here. SPY's dropping real hard. I'd like to see Baba go with it. Stop in just in case. Yeah, seeing a ton of buying. It's probably not over yet. It's given me a good spot for another, just a spot to place my risk and still get in on this, because SPY's moving down really hard here, and the trend definitely is not broken on Baba. So if we can start holding here again, I'll have to get another 500. 72. 78 now. Now let's just squeeze it up. I mean, every stock is doing this right now. Every stock is just all up and down VWAP here, and it can't really pick a direction. IQ still not really doing anything. Had Baba sitting above VWAP now. JD back at VWAP again. I mean, the SPY's dropping so hard, you'd think that all these stocks would be moving with it. I mean, Huya is the only thing that's doing anything, but it's on such low volume on a circuit breaker. STC's gone. Casa's been out of play for a while. EGN, nothing really there. CRZO I just looked at, still low volume. Definitely no volume. Pet Q's rolling over. I don't know. I don't really know what to do right now. Everything's just everywhere. Macy's. What's Macy's? Wow. Macy's is disgusting. They beat their earnings too. They're down 14%. I mean, I definitely can't trade this. I wish I saw something there at 37 too. Might have been something there, but at the same time, might have been a circuit breaker too, so I can't really time anything that well. Baba might have finally found a top here at 90. I mean, I can't go 500 shares anymore because my risk is just too big. Take a short underneath 50. 40 cents a risk, 100 bucks, 250 shares. That's kind of not spectacular. I mean, now we're getting above VWAP here. I mean, it's 5 minutes just all over the place. Trying to find something to trade, it's just nothing. Nothing's following through. SPY's down 3 points. SPY doesn't have support until, geez, 279. We'll see if I can get a better entry here. I'll try and get 500 at 70. And 70 is still too close. For that's $160, so 350. 350 is pushing it still. I don't know, because now I'm in kind of a tough spot here because I want to see it break underneath 50, and if it can't break underneath 50, I don't want to be in it. But then if I put it in order as it breaks underneath 50, then my risk is just so big. I mean, SPY's still moving down. You know, the closer and closer we get to VWAP and this triangle becoming complete here, you know, the better it definitely looks for a short. I mean, it's got to hold this still, which is right now. So if it breaks back above 90, this is definitely done. I mean, it's such a shame because, you know, I always look for opportunities where the SPY is just plummeting or just grinding straight up. You know, the SPY's got direction, it's got trend, yet all the stocks just, there's nothing. I just don't get it. There goes Baba. If there is a hidden, that there was, just a little too slow. It's another scalp opportunity, but it's another fake out. Look at this. Now it's moving. I don't know, man. IQ's had an opportunity to get under 25 twice here, 3 times. Been failing every time. And volume's less than it was. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense to try and short it underneath. Definitely take 500 shares on it. But I mean, why would I want to short it if, you know, the past bunch of times it hasn't really done anything? flip back if I find something. Alright, I'm watching JD here. It just got up to this 90, which would have been my original risk here, but it's holding. If it can hold this 90, I would like to get half my order in somewhere in here in the high 80s, and then fill the rest if it can break underneath the 80. Because this 90 is holding for right now. We definitely got good volume, but it's somewhat of a slow mover here. And I think looks like it's breaking. Nope, no trade. Alright, IQ might be setting up again here for something underneath this 16. Got above VWAP, failed. 5-minute 9 EMA is right about here. Attempted to move lower, failed. Attempted to move higher, failed. SPY still disgustingly red, so I mean, it seems like a pretty good spot to try and get short here. So I think I'm going to try and get a order filled about 26 with stop loss above this little consolidation area here, but the 16 is holding, so what I'm kind of wondering is if I want to take it short as it breaks underneath 16, or if I want to try and get a limit order here. I think I might try and do the same thing I did last time. Try and get half at 26, and then the other half on a break of 16. So hopefully I can get that 26. Give myself one more shot here, because I want to try and get short. I mean, market being as red as it is. Volume's okay. I mean, it's not anything special. But I mean, you can see this thing is getting really contracted here. Alright, got filled at 26. I want to put a stop at that 36 for 500. Come on, dude. Right there. This one, kind of a failed attempt to move lower. But I mean, if we can hold right here, I mean, everything just looks, it's just all over the place. I mean, there's been a whole bunch of setups that have come through and there's just no follow through. So I'm definitely glad I'm only half size, you know, if it does want to squeeze me out, but I'm really trying to focus on getting really good entries. So I got it in at 26, so I mean, that's only 50 bucks. But I mean, the reward is potentially 25 here. Yeah, it's gotta be 25. Come on. Nope, there it is. Alright, I gotta be done. I can't get anything going today. I mean, it's just been a mess. I mean, it's just back and forth all over the place, and the SPY is just, I mean, it's so clear, and yet all of these giant down gaps that we had have just done nothing but just sit around VWAP, no direction. I don't get it. I don't know, but I'll do a review and then I want to go over some situations, I guess. I'll be right back. Okay, so first trade that I took was on Macy's. Had to beat its earnings, gap down anyways. Kind of consolidated in here in pre-market. Again, stuck at this 40. Made a really nice, well, not a really nice doji, but a green candle to start, and I wanted to short it underneath it. Did exactly that. Actually, I didn't watch the tape yet. Okay, just rewatched it. It was kind of weird because this 39 had 999 on the bid, and it was just stuck there. Like, we were trading underneath it, and I put my order in, probably a little late still, and I mean, I got filled, but I don't know, it was just kind of weird. It was like a glitch or something in the level 2 maybe. Not quite sure what happened, but I expected volume to come in. No volume came in. So at that point, I was just thinking I need to get out of this thing. So I popped back up and I put in the buy all here. But because I was messing with these level 2s and how they were linked and whatnot, I think something got messed up with my hot buttons here. So I clicked that button and I'm not really sure what happened, but it said market and, you know, the Lightspeed, or market and the Lightspeed thing here, and it just never got me out. So I ended up having to type it in here and it got me out. You know, it's just a pretty small loss, but I don't know, it's just kind of weird just how everything went down. I mean, volume came in the next candle, but if I had held on and waited to see what would have happened here, I don't know, I might have taken some off down here. I might have stopped out. Either way, I would have not lost a ton of money on this. So I mean, it ended up being okay. You know, I had a really nice move, and then it sold off for the entire rest of the day. I don't know, just another unfortunate situation, I guess. Nothing I can really do about that one. Baba had a pretty nice pre-market as well. Just straight down, kind of consolidating into the open. Made a push lower and failed. Spiked way up, came back down underneath VWAP. Failed to move lower above it. Failed to move higher, came below it. Failed to move lower again after we made a new low underneath this. Got stuck at 167. So at this point, I was thinking, you know, obviously the SPY is just moving straight down. So, you know, finding something to go short would be pretty good. So I was looking at it about here, thinking, okay, you know, if this thing wants to get back underneath VWAP, could set up for a pretty good scenario here. So we got down here, came back again to VWAP. You know, now I'm looking at this as kind of an early entry. Where am I? Okay. So now that I'm looking at it, it is kind of an early entry. I mean, there's a triangle in here for sure. I guess was a triangle. Oh, yes, now I remember. There was a triangle that had just broken down out of, and I thought that, you know, there would be some continuation of the triangle if it came back to test VWAP and failed. I ended up getting a limit order at 167.50 with a stop at 65, so I mean, it was a really good risk reward again. What was my risk? I guess my risk was just a break above VWAP. Okay, just rewatched the tape on it. I was definitely playing off the bounce of this symmetrical triangle breakdown. I mean, it came down. I was actually pretty lucky that I got filled at this 50 here. I mean, it spiked up to 59 and came right back into the 30s. So I'm not really sure how I got filled, but I did. Filled at the 50, and then we came underneath. I definitely got a better than a 1-to-1 risk reward on it at one point, but I still let it go all the way against me to my stop, which I'm starting to wonder now because this has happened the past few times where I enter in on these limit orders and I get a 1-to-1 risk reward, but then it just comes back all the way to my stop and it stops me out. What I'm starting to wonder is if I can just get out at break even and look to re-enter on another push lower of the previous candle. I mean, in this case I would have never gotten back in, but you know, it saves me the little bit of money, and it saves me, because I mean, just from past experience, especially these past couple weeks, I mean, it would make sense to cut it off if I've already been profitable for 1 hour, because that's how I used to trade my other trades, where if it gets to my 1 hour, then I don't let it go back against me at all. I would just get out break even, and I'm starting to think that's what I need to do with these kind of trades here. because I mean, it's a small loss, but it's still a loss. I mean, it could be a 0, and then all I have to do is, just reassess my risk. Risk in the new situation would have been probably still the same thing, just to close above VWAP or something, and then just take it short underneath. I mean, I wouldn't have gotten as big of size, but at the same time, I also wouldn't be losing any money. So I think I need to write that down for next time. Up 1R, exit, break even. Because this is the second time that this has happened that I can recall. I don't remember the other stock ticker symbol that it was on that happened to me last time, but I know that it has definitely happened multiple times. I mean, so then at this point I was really just looking at it, just kind of, well, before I do that, I just want to go over each and every single trade here. So then we had IQ. So at this point, I was just getting kind of pissed because, I'm always trying to find these kind of days. And it's kind of weird because the last time a day like this happened on the SPY, I thought the exact same thing. I was like, oh man, it's a big red day, we're going to see a bunch of stocks trending down. It's going to be super easy shorts everywhere. And pretty much the exact same thing that happened today happened on that day as well, where you get these down gaps and then it's just chop all over the place. So IQ is the same situation. It also looked pretty good for a short multiple times, really. Here would have been an interesting one, I guess. Would have squeezed me out, obviously. Here could have been another. I was watching it here for another case, and then because with the 50 coming down on it like this, those are just another situation that see it time and time again where the 50's just coming down, and then that was the trigger that the stock just needed to finally move in the direction. Came back above VWAP, failed to move higher again above this high, came below, failed to move lower against this low, failed to move higher against this high, failed to move lower against this low. And then at this point I was thinking that because it's consolidating so much, we're kind of getting like another symmetrical triangle breakdown possibility thing here. I mean, it's pretty clear, just watching it. So as we broke underneath the symmetrical triangle here, I was thinking, okay, well, I don't want to enter in on the breakout because I've seen these breakouts failing all over the place today. So I'll just try and get in on a good retest of the triangle or VWAP or, anything else that's sitting in here, because this is all resistance that it's got to break through. It's got my order in 25, 26, only half size. No reason at this point to be going full size anymore right from the get-go. Also because I wanted to add underneath this 16 because it's been holding so strong. I didn't want to go full size, get 10 cents out of it, only to see the thing come right back up against me because it's not strong enough to break underneath that level. So I stop out, right where I should be stopping out. So it's fine. Again, it's just another small loss. These losses, they're so tiny, but they're really frequent lately. And it's not that I'm taking horrible trades or nothing. These really aren't bad trades. They're B setups. Baba was probably a B setup. IQ, definitely not an A setup. Probably B setup again. M was the actual first gap and go trade that I've taken and put my order in correctly. It still wasn't a good winner. So the opportunity for the gap and go, I just need to get that through my head and over with, that the opportunity for those is just gone and there's nothing I can do about it anymore. So I just need to move on to the next one. But my average winner, that Yelp trade that I had, was like a $300 winner because I had a super good entry. So as soon as I get one of these good trades with a good entry, it's just going to erase all these losses. Now it might be at the point where I'll need 2 of those good trades to erase these losses, but regardless, these SMB trades, I'm getting 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1 risk reward on them. So to keep these losses small is definitely the goal. Definitely the main point to do. I definitely could have kept them even smaller, especially with this Baba one. This one probably could have been, like a -10 or something. But that's something I gotta watch out for tomorrow again. Really, there's just not much. It's just what happened today is just crazy. It's just chop all over the place. And then Huya usually follows IQ, but it didn't today. Spike up just like IQ, came back, failed to move both ways, but in this case it actually got a little lower here, kind of found a top at 25, and then steadily moved lower, but low volume, wasn't interested. And I knew that IQ is usually the leader of what was it, Huya, Soho, all those other Chinese internet stocks. And I mean, it's just not today though. For some reason, not today. Huya went off on its own, and I wasn't interested in it because IQ was acting the way it was. JD had a bunch of cases where I was trying to get involved into it, and it's just consolidating around VWAP, never choosing a direction. Plus, it's kind of a slow mover. So I mean, really, there wasn't anything special. Like right here could have been a pretty good spot for an entry, but just the same situation, no follow through, got stuck at 80. Now the 50 is involved, and now we're getting, it's failing to move higher again. Another possible good entry. Did get below 80, failed again. I mean, it's just, maybe on these days, it's not what I think it's going to be. Where you see these giant red days, and you think that these stocks are going to also have giant red moves, and just nothing happens. I think Macy's might have been the only one that had a really significant move here. But it just never really set up enough for me. This isn't enough of a pullback for consolidation to enter. I mean, if this actually might have been a little tip-off right here. If it failed here and then had this big candle, that is what happened, just by looking at it here. I mean, now it's pretty clear. I can't recall any of these other stocks because most of the other stocks came back to VWAP and either broke above it. But I mean, Macy's was below VWAP the entire time since we had that failed push higher above 38 there, and the whole number adding to the case. I mean, trying to get, half size here maybe and half size on the rest, I mean, that's a clear winner there. I don't know, I just wasn't looking at it at the time, I guess. I don't really know what was going through my head, but looking back at it, it definitely seems like it could have been a good trade. So, I mean, here it's just overextended. I would definitely want to see it come back to VWAP. It makes an attempt here. Still on high volume too. Then a low volume back down to the lows. And then we're kind of consolidating, failing to move higher again on low volume. So, I mean, this is kind of a low volume pullback even. And then we break underneath. I mean, yeah, I guess maybe I could have gotten an entry on this one. I don't really know. But I don't know. Today was just crazy. It's Wednesday now, and I'm still sitting red on the month, on the week, on everything. Just trying to find something to get going. It's annoying, really. I mean, especially after seeing something like today, where you see the SPY finally having a really good trend. Except now that I guess, that's to the downside. I don't know, maybe it just makes stocks act differently. I really don't know. I don't know. Just gotta wait again until tomorrow. It's the worst part of the day is right now is realizing that you gotta wait, 22 hours until you can trade again, and then the rest of the day is just study and improve on what you did today and try and do better tomorrow. So I don't know. Can't be filled with too much regret, I guess. It's just the way it is. But I feel like I've been saying it's just the way it is too often lately. I need to catch a break here. I need to find something that just works for me. Just kind of crazy, I guess. I don't know. But I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching.